I'm Joe Flies, and this is my running shoe rotation. Alright, first shoe we have on the list is the Asics Novablast 4. These are my holy grails. I absolutely love this shoe. These are the shoes that I pretty much use for every single training day when I was preparing for the Miami Marathon. I did my easy runs, tempo, track workouts, long runs, everything in this shoe, and it handled it very well. That's why I recommend them so much. These are the most comfortable shoes that I've ever owned. I have over 400 plus miles on these and are still one of the most comfortable shoes I own. So for comfort, this is definitely a 9.8. Next would be speed. It has lost its spring, but for a good 4 to 5 mile workout for 400 miles on them, they're still pretty good. So for speed, I would put them at like a 8.7. They can get the job done, but not like an actual tempo or track workout shoe would do. Durability, 400 plus miles on them, 180-pound man. That's pretty dang good, and still having a little bit of comfort to them. I would give this a 9.6. These are the Asics Novablast 4.
You know, there's no regrets now. Once you start me up, it's over anyways.
Up next is another easy day shoe, the New Balance FuelCell Rebel V5s. These are a great shoe. I mainly bought it to match with my girlfriend because we wanted some shoes to match together, and I really like this colorway. It is a great daily shoe, but I do only recommend it for easy days because it is very comfy, so after an hour of running, it may get very annoying to run with. In terms of comfort, it's an easy 9.2 out of 10. In terms of speed, it could pick it up, but it wouldn't do as great of a job as an actual speed shoe would do. So for speed, I would give this a 7.5. So in terms of durability, this shoe is starting to bottom out already at 100 miles, which is not good, and it's starting to lose its pop. So for that reason, I'm giving it around a 7.2. Up next is the Adidas Evo Sl.
I'm eager to hear your review, Father. I mean...
These are a great shoe that I actually found at Marshall's for 60 bucks, which was a complete steal because specifically this version is 160. This is an easy day, but also a tempo shoe. The reason why I say it can be both is because it feels fast, which for an easy day, you don't really want because you want to actually go slower on an easy day, and a fast day, you want to go fast. So for comfort, these are a very comfortable shoe. The only problem is it feels like an ankle roller, which is why I don't really recommend for like daily walking. I only really recommend it for running. So for comfort though, I still would put this at a 9 just because when you're running in it, it is a comfy shoe. Speed is definitely up there. The problem with this shoe is if you want to use it for easy runs, you're gonna go a little bit faster than you want because it feels fast. That's why I put the shoe in between an easy day and a tempo workout shoe. So for speed, I'm definitely gonna put it up there with a 9.3. Durability. This shoe is only 70 miles on it and has still held its pop very well. Obviously I can't do much of a test on it, which is 70 miles, but it still feels like it did on the first day I got it, so that's a pretty good sign already. So as you can see, there's not even like any signs of even wearing out the cushion, whereas in the FuelCell Rebel V5s, there is, and that's just an extra 40 plus miles on them. So for that reason, I'm gonna go again at a 9. Now, what I don't like about the shoe, these are not the original laces. These laces were way too short for what I needed because I actually do a runner's knot and it could not get it done. So I got these laces from Amazon. Another thing I don't like, the tongue. The tongue is just not it. It is way too short and it's very flimsy, but besides that, I enjoy running in it. That's what I have to say about the Adidas Evo Sl. Up next, we have the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. These are strictly a tempo shoe. These are a little bit harder, but it just feels like it has that rocker technology. It really just makes you want to feel like you're pushing to the next step. So that's why I say it's specifically a tempo shoe. It just feels like it's not going to be good for that slower paces when you're going easy. For comfort, These are, I wouldn't say a comfortable shoe. After about an hour of running, you're gonna get really uncomfortable in them. So for comfort, I would put this around a 7.5. For speed, these do feel fast. I feel like I'm gonna push myself to the next step. I use these for a lot of my tempo and track workouts. I would put this around a 9. It gets the job done when it comes to hitting those numbers, but it is still not a race shoe. And for durability, these shoes have around 150 miles on them. It has some wear, obviously, but they feel like they can go to 300 to 400 miles comfortably. So for that reason, I will put this at a 9.1. And that's what I have for the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. Up next, we have the New Balance Super Comp Trainer V3s. These are my long run shoes. These are actually carbon plated, but are not priced like a carbon plated shoe. I got these for 120 bucks, which is actually a pretty good deal. I use these for any run over maybe 9 or 10 miles or even up to 20 miles, and they get the job done because they feel like they can go the extra step. As you can see, it literally says on the tongue, fueled for the long run. So for comfort, I wouldn't see myself just walking around in these, and also I wouldn't be walking on carbon plated shoes. They are comfortable when I'm running those miles. I feel like that's the one thing I won't complain about is the comfort of my feet, which is something you really want for long run shoes. And debatably, you can probably even do marathons in these if you really want to get a little cheap training race shoe. So in terms of comfort, I would put this at an 8.5. So for speed, for when I'm doing those long runs, most of the time I'll start with 6 miles, zone 2, and then I'll pick up the pace. And I feel like these do a great job in picking up the pace and making a smooth transition. In terms of speed, and not track speed, tempo speed, this is an 8.7 out of 10. Lastly, for durability, this shoe has around 200 miles on them, and it does look like it's worn, but it still feels good. That's what I like about them. So for that reason, I would give it a 9.4. And that is this New Balance Super Comp Trainer V3s. And lastly, we have my race shoes, the AlphaFly 3s. This is the shoe I did an Ironman in, a marathon, half marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks. I've done every single one of my races in this shoe, but I wouldn't recommend this for everyone. For comfort, these are a very comfortable shoe, but obviously I wouldn't be walking around Disney World in these like I've seen before, but when I'm walking to the race, absolutely. They're a comfortable shoe and they're very lightweight. So for comfort, I will put this at a 9. We talk about speed. Yes, these are a speedy shoe. The problem is when you're going at a slower pace, like let's say a 10-minute mile plus, these shoes won't get it done. They will feel like they're slowing you down. These are really for people who are gonna run 8 to 7-minute miles or even quicker than 6-minute miles. That's why I say this shoe is not for everyone. For example, I did the Ironman in these and I didn't know it, but this was working against me. When I was running just 10-minute mile plus, because my legs were already tired and this wasn't really helping. The only thing it was helping with was being light. For speed though, all out speed, this is an awesome shoe. This is a 9.7. This is a great shoe for speed. And lastly, for durability. The problem with this shoe is, like most carbon plated shoes, they aren't very durable. I'm a cheap guy. I paid too much money for this shoe to only do 2 races in. These shoes have over 200 miles in them. These are beat. I probably shouldn't be racing in these anymore. I did a 10K race not too long ago in these shoes, and that was it. That was my last race in these shoes. These are done, these are retired. You can actually see this is completely worn. Forgot to mention, this is not good for heel strikers like me. I'm definitely a heel striker. This is meant for people who are landing on the front of their feet, a forefoot striker. So this is not really a good shoe for me, but you know, when you're starting to get into running and you just want to get the best shoe for you, you normally think AlphaFlies, Nike, all that stuff. So in terms of durability, I'm gonna rank this in a way that's more dedicated towards carbon plated shoes because carbon plated shoes don't generally last long. For that reason, I would put this at an 8.3 when it comes to carbon plated shoes. And that is my last shoe, the Nike AlphaFly 3s. so that was my running shoe rotation. These are all my opinions. My best advice if you were to get a running shoe is literally just going to a running store and trying them on, because that is better than any advice that I could give you. So please like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment of your favorite pair of running shoes, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!